Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, I am Girl Beats World, and I am so honored to have you. Today's video is going to be all about this amazing blue eyeshadow look, and I'm showing you some palettes that are perfect for medium tone to darker skin. And the reason why I wanted to do this video and use these specific colors is because sometimes when you're medium to deeper tone, you get a little nervous about, like, can I pull off blue? Can I pull off? You can pull off anything, okay? The day this was recorded was Juneteenth. We're allowing the spirit of our ancestors to work through us and get us through this look. And a friendly reminder that our black, our brown, our deep tones are absolutely beautiful. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into first exactly what palettes we're using and why I selected these specific palettes, because this is a video about which eyeshadow palettes are best for dark skin. Then I'm going to transition right into how exactly to use those different colors to pull off this look today. Okay, so the first palette that I'm going to show is going to come from the Juvia's Place Nubian palette. This palette I talk a lot about in my eyeshadow tag. You'll see all the palettes that are in this video mentioned in there along with the rest of my eyeshadow collection. This palette has a little bit of everything. It has some deeper tones, it has some lighter, and it's just what I think is perfect for everyday wear because you can spruce it up or you can tone it down for a more natural glam, which is on trend right now. The next palette I'm going to show you exactly how to use is the Zulu by Juvia's. Juvia's is black owned. Her work is amazing. I feel like she's one of my besties. Again, really bright colors. This one has less neutral, so it's more so when you're trying to do something like dramatic, like this snatch I have on my face. But it is super highly pigmented, and there's some really great colors. You'll see me swatching some of those pigments above, and I definitely wanted to show as many colors as I possibly can. Fun fact, my very first video was on this Juvia's Place, so if you want to see how much I've grown, definitely check that out. A link for it just popped up right above me. Lastly, I am using my Shayla by Colourpop. This palette has been destroyed, like I usually say in my videos, but I don't care. I keep using it because it is really, really great. In this video, I'm only using the gloves on because Juvia's only had like brighter colors, but I wanted to deepen things out a little bit to smoke out the eye. Very, very great pigmentation in all three of these palettes. So let's jump right into the tutorial part so you can see exactly what these are, and I'll talk you through how to apply them, what type of brushes to use. And if you want a brush video, let me know in the comments below if you want me to explain the different types of brushes I use and what different vloggers talk about. So now that we've talked about all of these palettes that I'm going to use today, let's get started. Okay, for any look, no matter how great the eyeshadow pigmentation on, I do like using a little primer, especially since today we're going to be using so many different colors, and we just want to make sure that it's a nice creaseless base here. So we're just going to add a little bit of primer on to the entire eye. So how's it going to work today? These are a lot of colors, and I know you guys are busy and you got things to do today. So I'm going to do one eye on camera, and then, complete that eye and show you the lashes and everything else, and then come back and show you the other eye. Really, really easily. So I'm going to do a little movie magic, hop off, and then hop back on. Now that I've gotten my primer on, I'm using a white base. Why white, Ruth? Well, because we have a lot of lighter colors that we're going to be using, and we really want a nice thick white base to make sure those lighter colors pop on our deeper skin. So yes, a highly pigmented foundation is super important. But if you want to get out your comfort zone and play with some lighter colors, you want to make sure that you invest in a nice white creamy eyeshadow base. This one is from NYX. There are other probably better ones out there, but I like this NYX one. I'm going up pretty high because our eyeshadow is going to take up a lot of space because I want to show you as much of these colors as I possibly can. So I am starting with the color Jezebel, and it's this beautiful deep plum color, and I'm just going to start using kind of like this round head brush, and I'm going to start with kind of making this V shape in the outer corner of my eye, because I need to make sure I save on eyelid space. If you have more eyelid retail, you can go a little wider than me. I want to make sure that I'm as precise as I can be on where I am placing this. So I'm starting with this V out here, and then I'm bringing it all the way into the inner corner of my eye. Now that I've placed Jezebel on nice and beautifully, I'm now going to add some of Kenya on top of that. I'm going to switch my brush to a blending, no, I'm gonna stick with the same brush. I'm gonna stick with that same brush that I was using, so that way it kind of all blends together, and I'm going to just start packing that right on top. And I should have said this. This is like we talked about, the Nubian 2, that pretty yellow palette that we showed at the beginning. So we're just packing this right on top of it, giving it that nice, pretty blend. Switching palettes, just so you guys can get a good view on everything. I'm going into the Zulu palette. I'm taking another blending brush, and I'm going to use this orange in the top right hand corner. Oh yes. So this just helps with going through that white on the top. It just helps with blending everything out and giving me a little bit more space for the parts where I got a little messy on it. I wish I would have used a smaller blending brush, but unfortunately I don't have one because you see it's going up a little high, but that's okay. We'll just blend it all in. Now using that same brush, I'm dipping right into this yellow here. So using some of that yellow, I'm going right on top of that orange and giving it like a nice sunset look and vibe. And I'm doing like a small circular motions with my brush to blend it in. It's like little circular motion. And before we get into the exciting part of cutting the crease, I'm going to use the Colourpop Proceed with Caution palette. This is a palette created with Makeup Shayla, and I'm going to just add a little bit of definition with a little black because it's gonna make some of my other colors really pop later in the outer corner of my eye, and I'm going to pull it out the way I pulled out that purple. And I'm kind of tapping and doing like small circles for this. Now with a clean brush, I'm tapping back into Jezebel and just blending that all out again. Now tapping into Kenya, blending everything out. So we're moving in just a little closer so you guys can see exactly how I cut this crease. You look up and we're going to cut it. I don't have a lighter concealer, but if I did, I would definitely use that instead of using this brown. But I'll show you a little tip on how we can, you know, correct this and get this concealer right. So don't you fret, my darlings. Don't you fret. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little makeup remover and I'm actually going to remove any shadow that may be on here just to ensure I have a nice flat base before I reapply the white base on top of this, because it's just going to make it a lot easier now that I have the shape of the cut crease that I want. So remove any excess shadow so it's not skipping and it comes on easily. And then we're reapplying this white base. It's okay if it's left dark in a couple places because there's going to be eyeshadow, so don't worry about it. But this is a great alternative to making sure that the lighter makeup that we're going to put on this inner corner is still popping on your skin. Going back in with Jezebel, I'm just going to use a flat head brush and line that line so it's not so stark between the two. So right where I cut the crease, I'm just going to line that back up with Jezebel. And a little Kenya. I want it a little deeper. There it is. After I've lined that top part, and I'm probably going to blend it again in a bit, I'm going to go back in with Jezebel and I'm going to just apply those same colors, or that color in from the outer corner of my eye. Now that I've done that, we're going to pack on the color I'm most excited for, and a lot of you are too, Cleopatra. We're gonna pack that in from the inner corner of the eye and take it out a bit. Now that we've put some Cleopatra on that corner, I'm going in with this amazing teal from the Zulu palette. And we're going to just follow the rest of that cut crease all the way in. And you can see how pigmented and fabulous that looks. And then just to add a little pizzazz and a little flavor, I'm gonna dip into the shimmery metallic version of that teal, or it's more like a light blue. And I'm just going to pack that right on top of it just to give it a little extra oomph. Now it's time to blend everything together, because you don't want, you see how you can see like one line and then another line and another line. You want to blend everything together. So I'm going to just blend it all, just tap into all those colors again and make sure it's all blended and flowing nicely. And then we'll look at the bottom line and lashes. So I'll be right back. Now I'm just highlighting the brows, and that's just to cover up any hairs that refuse to hide out when you're doing your eyebrows. Now that I have highlighted my brow, I've blended everything, it's much better, I've blended for the gods. Now I'm going to do a wing liner, and I'm also going to line my waterline, and I want to do this before doing the step of showing you how to blend and add some colors to your bottom waterline. Yes, nice dramatic wing liner. I pulled it down a little bit in the inner corner. I'm going to pull that out and over. And then I'm just going to line this waterline because we're going to smoke it out a bit. I'm first going in with Zulu again and tapping right back into that pretty teal color and a little bit of that highlight to extend what's already happening here. And then I'm going to go back over into the Nubian 2 palette, and I'm going to use Kenya with all the same brush, so it all kind of looks good, and Jezebel. And we're going to blend everything together. For this nice color to pull everything back together as one. Now working with my Fenty Beauty mascara, I'm going to apply mascara before applying my lashes. All right, we've got our mascara, we've got our liner. Now we're going to just gently place our lashes onto the lid and press them into the line. Per usual, lashes elevate the entire look. Okay, so I'm really excited. I love how it's coming out. I think it looks really great. I'm going to hopefully be able to repeat it on the other side, and I will be right back. When I come back, I will have my foundation routine done, but I do want to show you how I do the lip for this look so that way I can kind of pull it together and we can talk through a couple options. So be back soon. Y'all, can you even look at this? I can't even take how good it looks. I'm sick. I am sick. The ancestors moved through my brushes on this good Juneteenth, honey, and beat my face, honey. Oh, this is reparations. It looks so good. I'm so excited. Okay, so I did my foundation, my concealer, my highlight, well, not my highlight yet, my contour, and now I'm going to highlight using some Fenty Beauty. Oh, I am so full. It's just everything. It's everything. Oh, I can't. Oh, they have blessed me. They have blessed me. Probably for using all black owned or black inspired eyeshadow on this good day. They were like, you know what? We're gonna work through you. There were some points, you guys, I was a little nervous. You know, my blending was a little off. That's why I had to go off camera. I had to focus. Y'all make me a little nervous sometimes, you know. I got a little crush on all of you. So I had to go to a quiet place and, you know, when T'Challa went to that little purple land to talk to his ancestors, that's where I had to go. But they found me, I found them, and we found this beat. Ah, baby. Oh, that was ghetto, but I don't even care. All right, y'all know this, y'all seen it, you love it. This is Bella from Juvia's Plays. When I'm choosing a highlight, I just base it off of how dramatic do I want my cheeks to look, what color do I want to look more golden, do I want to pull out a little bit of silver. Because I have the yellow and the orange at the top, that's why I went with that Fenty Beauty Cinnamon, because that has more of a golden color. And because these colors are darker, I wanted to, and I'm gonna go lighter on my lip, I wanted to give my cheeks just a little extra pop of color so I don't look too washed out, which is why I chose the Bella versus a lighter pink. And everything's just so warm. I just wanna keep that warmness going. So I know sometimes I get the question how do you choose those, the highlight, the eyeshadows, everything else? And that's how I went about choosing it. Okay, for lip, you know me, sometimes I line, sometimes I don't. I'm not gonna line today. I'm lying, this is so dry. this one's done. I don't know what I was thinking. It's over, Ruth. It's giving you a good run. Okay, this is the same color. Let's see. Okay, this one's not. It's 20 years old. Okay, so using the color tool from Colourpop, I'm gonna line my lips with lipstick, but I'm gonna stick to the outer corner. I think I got a little excited. I didn't blend this foundation in at the top of my lip. Hopefully y'all can't see it, but if you can, understand. I make mistakes too. Okay. So this could work, you know, this is cute, but it's giving me a little 80s. It's giving me a little 80s with the bright eyes and the bright lips. So I'm going to soften it up a little bit using my NYX Soft Matte Cream. And I'm gonna put that on the inner part of my lips and give it kind of like that ombre mix. Yeah. Oh, you guys, my girlies, I'm so full. I'm so full. I was worried. I was getting worried. Some points, but you stuck with me and you see the finished product. Like, so excited, so excited. Okay, girlies, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed this Juneteenth slay. I know it's not Juneteenth, but this was recorded on Juneteenth, and thankfully it was, because the ancestors came through and worked through me and beat this face for the gods. Please, please, please make sure you subscribe. You can do it very easily by clicking that little subscribe box in the bottom right hand corner, and also be sure to like and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified when I have new content. That is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, bye girlies.